In this video, I'm reviewing question number 6 on final exam review. It says, the distribution of room and board expenses per year at 4 years college is normally distributed with a mean of 5850 and standard deviation of 1125. Okay, let me copy this. Copy this into a Word doc and do this. So they mentioned one thing, normal distribution, right? So what else? We got the mean and the standard deviation. Oh, look, we have a random sample of size 20, okay? We're not picking a single college. We're picking a sample of 20 different colleges, right? Are drawn from this population, and the mean of each sample is determined. Which of the following mean expense would be considered unusual? Okay, so we're not looking at a normal distribution with a mean of 5850 and a standard deviation of 1125. We're looking at the sampling distribution with sample size 20. So here you need to remember a formula, okay? The mean is the same. Mean is still equal to 58. I'll just use the number 5850. But standard deviation is called standard error. Standard deviation of the sampling distribution. Okay, that word is so long. I'll just call it standard deviation, standard error, aka standard. I wonder if I can try to remember the whole word. Standard deviation of sampling distribution of sample mean. That's what it is. That's what we mean by sampling error here. That has a formula. And you remember this from, I think, section 5.4. And that goes like that. It is population sample average, mu divided by square root of, where are you, square root? Sample size, okay? So you have to do that. Oh, whoopsie daisies, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I need to divide, where are you? Population standard deviation divided by square root of sample size. Sorry, I almost said the wrong thing, okay? But we have all the numbers to find this standard error, okay? Let's go ahead and plug this in. So the population standard deviation was given as 1125, right? So that's going to be the numerator. And the denominator will be square root of the sample size. It said a random sample of size 20. So 20. So let's figure what that is in decimal, okay? I'll just use my calculator. You know what? Let me see if I can connect my calculator. I want to show you if I can. I want to see if I can show you my calculator screen. All right, I don't have an emulator, but I can take screenshot of what I'm doing, okay? So I will type in 1125 divided by square root of 20. And let's see. No, I don't think it's recognizing my calculator. Oh, maybe it will. Ooh. Well, I'm sorry. All right. Hit enter, and that came out to be, oh, that's so big. Hold on. That came out to be, hold on. Maybe I can just make that smaller. Why is it so big? Oh, it's 400% zoomed. That's my calculator screen. So that's the standard error that we should be using. So let's go ahead and write that down. 251 point. Now this is dollars and cents. So I'll just go ahead and round that up to 56 cents. Now we're using this number, this mean of 5850, and this standard error of 251.56 to solve this question, okay? So they said, which of the following mean expenses would be considered unusual? Now, okay. Remember, if it's within that 95% interval, it's considered okay, but if the chance of something happening is less than 5%, it will be unusual, right? So, I'm gonna go ahead and sketch something. I will go ahead and sketch a normal distribution of this picture, okay? Let me bring my tablet. This is a multiple choice question, so we can just see which one is outside that range. 1 second, 0269. So with the mean of 5850, being in the middle, I'll put that 5850 in the middle. And with the standard deviation, that's what I need to add to go to the right, right? Hold on. Oh, that's a little too big. So here's the standard the curve. If I go 1, 2, 3 to the right, let's see, let's start adding. I wonder if I can show you both screens at the same time. Give me 1 second, let me try my best. Make that a little bit smaller. Okay, so you can see my calculator. I am typing 5850 plus 251.56. And I did that. I got this number. So that's gonna be 1 standard deviation above point. And I'm gonna add another 251.56. If I add another one, I will get 6353.12. And you know, remember empirical rule? Anything greater than 2 standard deviation above, that will be considered unusual. Okay? Above 3 standard deviation, that will be considered an extreme outlier, right? So if it's in that region, we will consider that amount to be unusual. And same thing, we need to find that lower bound. So let me go down from that midpoint of 5850, but this time subtract 251.56. If I subtract 1 standard deviation, we will go down to 5598.44. And I go down one more, minus 251.56. And that number comes out to be 5346.488. I can go on one more, but I just need to know what's outside that 2 standard deviation point, because remember, by the empirical rule, we have 95% of the data from -2 standard deviation point to +2 standard deviation point. So if it's outside that range, we would say the numbers are unusual. So anything, so my conclusion is this: any amount less than 5346.88 or greater than 6353.12 are considered unusual. Okay, that's how you can find unusual amounts. So I'm gonna need to go back and look at the answer choices so that I can pick the unusual amount. Okay, 5180 is, oh, that's definitely smaller than mine. So if I place that, wouldn't that number be like here somewhere? That is so unusual. So my answer is A. I think I'm done. But let's check the other ones too. The other ones. If you take a look at 6350, that is smaller than, that's in this white area, right? So that one's okay. This one is okay. It was kind of getting close to the upper limit, but that's okay. What about 6180? Oh, that's like around here. So that's okay too. It's not greater than 6353. And the last choice was none of these. But remember, the first one, 5180, is definitely less than my lower limit on this 95% interval. So I'm going to say the answer is A here, okay? I think there's another way to do this that's using z-score, but that's how I would be doing it. So let's check and see if we got it right. Number 6, if I go down, is it really A? Number 6 is, Oh gosh, it's a long document. Number 6 is 8. So that's how you can do number 6.